Are you wondering about harnessing your intuition? Have you ever walked out the door thinking, oh, should I grab the umbrella? Should I grab that extra coat? And you're like, no, I won't do that. And later it rains and you go, oh, I knew that. Or you've made a decision and later you go, oh, I knew better. Hi, I'm Stacey Berger here with Mastering Your Mindset. I'm passionate about you living a life you love. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for new content every Wednesday. That's that gut feeling, and most of us have not been trained to rely on it. When the truth is, our intuition is a powerful mental faculty. It's a powerful tool that we've been gifted with to help us make decisions, to help us take action that will lead us into our best selves. So how do we harness our intuition, and why hasn't it been trained in us? I had a client who grew up in a household where her mom would, often be slamming kitchen cupboards or stomping around. And when she asked, Mom, what's wrong? Nothing. Everything's fine. And maybe you've had similar experiences where you knew better, but the person said, no, there's nothing wrong, nothing's happening. Well, over a period of time, she learned not to trust that feeling, which led her to making some poor decisions around people in her life who she trusted, who she didn't trust. And it wasn't until years later, as we started to work together, to really harness that intuition, where she could learn to trust that feeling again. So what about you? What about you and your intuition? Is that something that you rely on? Do you trust it, or do you tend to discount it? Well, my encouragement is that you start to build a relationship with that intuition. Gandhi would call it our still small voice, that still small voice for truth. And he would say that it is as loud as our willingness to listen, our willingness to really pay attention to it, to use it. And the more that we do that, it will guide us into just amazing things. So how do we harness that intuition? One of the powerful ways that we do that is by learning to ask ourselves questions and then get still and listen for the answer. So a question that you might want to ask, start with the small things. Should I go do that? Would that serve me? What's my next step that I should take? When you're with people, start to pay more attention before you make a decision, before you speak. Listen to how does it feel, and pay more attention and make some decisions based on that feeling, rather than maybe what your logical mind is trying to tell you. We live in a culture where we have been trained to really give way more power to our intellect, to that logical mind. And we can often talk ourselves out of things really, really easily, even though that intuition, that perfect guiding system, is screaming at us to do something else. So pause, listen. How does that feel? Pay attention to that and start listening to it with the small decisions that you have to make in life. So when it comes to the bigger decisions, it'll be easier to make those. So asking questions, what's my next step here? And then listening for the answer. And sometimes when we ask that question, we don't get the answer right away. So it's being inside of that question and listening for the answer, and pay attention again to how do you feel. And as you do that, you'll be honoring yourself. You'll be honoring that gift that you were given, and will really support you in taking these quantum leaps in your life. Your intuition is a powerful gift. Harness it so that you can create amazing results in your life. If this served you, if you know that it would serve somebody else, please feel free to share this video, like it, and here is to your success.